Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, host of the 56th annual ACC tournament. Tonight, Gary Williams and the Terps, led by Greivis Vasquez, start an uphill climb towards Dancing with the Stars. In their way is NC State. Sidney Lowe and the Wolfpack look to put an end to the Terps' two-step. This is the ACC, a gallery of stars. Tournament first round action, game 3. The Wolfpack of North Carolina State taking on the Terrapins of Maryland from here in Atlanta. As we take a look back at what happened by the fact that they play so well at times that they can beat anybody. And then they have games where you just wonder what the heck happened. Here's Vasquez keeping it alive underneath and tying it up.
In other areas, so they have to shoot the ball well. That's part of the frustration of watching Maryland this year.
Well, Vasquez is their leading rebounder, and he's got one on one end and now one on the other.
Sidney Lowe was very concerned with how well they could match up with Vasquez as he moves without the basketball. And in man or zone, you see NC State making sure they're passing him off right now from one area to the other.
And the lead is 12. Vasquez going to try to create something. Gets it back to Hayes. He hit the last three from there. Arkansas red. Pass inside, stolen away. NC State could see their lead dwindle even more. Vasquez, extra pass underneath, and it's a beauty to Milmore.
Boy, great vision, wasn't it, by Vasquez at 6'6" to take that ball in traffic. He now has.
He gets it back as it's tipped out of there. I think Neal got a hand on it again.
I mean, how can the guy that jumps the lowest on the floor get a tip? Because he's got a big Valentine. That's the only reason he's in the perimeter. You're better off almost running a motion offense against that zone right now.
Vasquez tips in his own miss. Staff statistics brought to you by Guinness. Julius Mays and Ben McCauley leading the way. Eric Hayes off the bench. Vasquez held to 4 points, but he did have 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Much like Maryland's upset of North Carolina, Hayes and Tucker had all the 3-pointers, 4 of them between those two guys, and they didn't start the ball game. Vasquez trying to go to work and does. Vasquez, a junior out of Caracas, Venezuela, in our Bio Blasts. Played for Venezuela in the FIBA championships.
He is a great leader, charge guy, but he's the hardest worker. And his movement without the basketball is something that you have to match.
May have called that one on Billboard instead.
Brett, I like the fact that this kid's going to test the NBA waters. No sign at all of him having an agent. So again, it's a free tryout.
5th time the ACC's been hosted in Atlanta. Here's Vasquez. Here's Hayes, who was so hot in the first half from 3.
Well, hasn't Vasquez been good at making sure Hayes stays involved in this game offensively?
And again, Vasquez, that's an NBA kind of move. A lot of guards try that little teardrop. Some of them can get it to fall and some can't, but with his size, he can get way up there and release it at the top of his jump.
Job by Vasquez. Again, he just has a feel for the game. He knows where everybody is.
Nice job by McCauley with the block, though.
They use Vasquez. The Georgia Bulldogs were not getting their fair share of him, so they make a change.
Vasquez, wow.
Oh, boy.
Off the play. It's NC State by 1.
Now C.J. Williams at 6'5", a little bit taller defender on Vasquez. Right now he's playing.
He'll try another.
Memphis is. I think they have good road wins at Gonzaga and at Tennessee.
Good feed inside and off the glass. Dino Gregory, chance for a 3-point play.
Where did it all start?
Vasquez.
Yeah, it all starts up top by Vasquez splitting the seam off of the pass. Vasquez didn't stick his nose in between the 2 defenders, but he stuck the basketball in between 2 defenders, and that thing bounced right up to belt level. He is an outstanding deliverer of that basketball. Plays with some ACC and lockup and NCAA berth. They have to win tonight, obviously, and if NC State is going to get to the big dance, it's going to be.
Vasquez knocks down a 3 right inside the 3-minute mark. Vasquez with 17 points now to go with 10 assists.
30 seconds on out for Maryland.
Boy, you talk about the way he has played tonight. Greivis, Vasquez, getting everybody involved. Hayes, his backcourt mate, who had 3 early threes in the first half that got him back in the ball game. Milbourne down low. Hayes again in the corner in this half. And then the kick out to Neal, who knocks down a triple. And a second triple. And remember, he's only second team all ACC for the second straight year.
Well, you can make a great case.
4. And Greivis, Vasquez, one of the captains. This is what a captain does, especially when he's your point guard.
They follow him. I mean, that's just like a quarterback on the sidelines of a football game, hitting guys on the helmet, going to his offensive lineman saying, one more time. And they follow him, Brad, because he's vocal, but they also follow him because he is the hardest worker that Gary Williams has day in and day out.
And he doesn't turn the ball over. No.
You're always the leader. Look at Vasquez, just as he checks back in, boom, goes to everybody. Make sure he touches everyone on the floor. Boom, right there. That's what a quarterback does for you. You were not kidding about Hayes' career high. I knew you wouldn't kid me, but it's like, you got to be kidding me.
I know.
That
And
goes over.
Season high. 10 assists for Vasquez, and that season high came in that triple-double against North Carolina.
So I like what Gary Williams did right there. He could have called the entire team over.
All ACC, we talked about the first team. There's the second and third teams. You could put together a pretty good game between those two clubs, those two fives.
I'm telling you, you could take that third team and say your Skins, and take the first team and say
Koshner with a quiet basket. And the final, 74-69 Maryland. So for the 12th, make it the 13th straight year, at least 19 victories. 16th career ACC tournament win, second only to the left-hander, and that guy is the one that led the way. A lot of sportsmen. 16-14. Maryland going to the locker room happy. They're 19-12 now, and they've got a win in round 1 of the ACC. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Jimmy Dykes, Brad Nessler, good night from Atlanta.